Well, good evening. This is Dewey Mosley coming to you with the Team Jireh Daily Trading Update for December 15th, 2020. Looking forward to it. As always, let's go ahead and get started with our disclaimers. Just understand that trading and investing does involve significant risk. And what we're going to share with you is for information and educational purposes only. So make sure that you're careful out there, and let's go ahead and get over to the markets. All right, so picking up where we left off, you know that we have two main instruments that we're using. We could use others, but right now we're using the S&P 500 futures on the one hand, and also the Euro futures on the other hand. And when I speak Euro, I actually mean the currency, meaning the Euro paired with the US dollar. So let's take a look here at the S&P 500. We're continuing on with our strategy. With our trampolines, of course, we took off both of the Rams. Actually, the one that we took off yesterday's would have been looking pretty good right now, but that's okay. We got to stick to our rules. So good news is that we are slowly working our way to the right side of these trampolines. You can see that our larger trampolines, especially this one, is literally set to expire tomorrow. So unless it comes from all the way up here and breaks the bottom of this box, that's going to be a full winner minus any hedging costs that we had. So that one's looking pretty good. This middle one is actually a larger trampoline. It's a little bit closer, but I still think we have some breathing room. So we're just working our way to the end of the box, and that's what we're looking for. And of course, we have our bearish trampoline, which is the last one. And in this case, we wanted to stay below the top of the box. Now, it's going to take quite a push to get up over there. That's some territory we haven't been to. But of course, there's a lot of stuff in the news. We have the stimulus package coming through just getting visibility on what's going on with the vaccines and the lockdowns going away. So people are anticipating things coming slightly back to normal. But what we also have to take into account is many times markets are forward looking. So if you hear the term buy the rumor, sell the news, much of the move in anticipation of things getting better might have already happened. So we'll see as the news comes out what the market actually does. But so far, we've managed not to break any of our trampolines to the upside or to the downside, and we'll continue to track that. As far as our hedging, let's go ahead and take a look at the S&P 500 futures where we do our hedging. And let's bring you down to the 15-minute level where it's a little bit easier to see. All right, and what we can see, of course, you see a few trades in here. Generally speaking, our two anchors that we're using is this white dash line here and this white dash line here. So my hedges are protecting me to the downside below this white dash line, protecting me to the upside above this white dash line. So what you're going to see, except when things moved around right here, you'll notice we had quite a gap since the last time we spoke. So we actually had a long trade set here. But of course, when we went over the weekend, there is such a thing as weekend risk. So it literally gapped right over our stop, and we had to reestablish our hedge a little bit higher than we would like. And the plan was to work our way back down to the original hedge. Of course, it spent some time going up before, as you can see, it finally did make its way back down to our original hedge. A lot of times gaps are covered. And then we got a little more interaction on that anchor. Of course, every time that happens, it can cost you small amounts. Worked our way down to the bottom anchor, did a little bit of interacting here, and then turned around, went north, a little bit more interaction. You can see these are pretty small back and forth, which is by design. And then we finally just took off to the upside, right? And just let that go. We're sitting here with our stop down at our anchor. I'm perfectly happy to just let that keep on going in the context of where our trampolines are. But if it comes back down, we would actually close for no loss. So again, the idea here is to make money on the actual trampoline portion, not so much on the hedge, and just spend as little as possible. So we're tracking it, and it's getting a little expensive, but so far so good. We still have some premium left. So let's go ahead and take a look at the euro US dollar in the futures markets. All right, here, of course, those that are coming to the live meetings, you know that we're doing a different strategy here called a mountain climber. And let's kind of take a look at how this is working out. Now, we know, as we've said for several days now, literally almost 9 days, when we back out to the daily level, this is a very tough environment for this strategy. Let me go ahead and zoom in a little. And I'm going to take off the trades just for a moment so we can get a sense for the big picture. Again, after this move to the upside, you know, if you can even just take like this blue dash line, maybe a little bit higher, but I can literally draw a line through almost the last 9 candles, right? And what that means is we're going sideways. Some call that consolidation or chop. But the bottom line is when you're in a directional strategy and you're not going anywhere, you're just trying to hang on until you get that next move. Now, there's a lot of news coming out in Europe. We have some possible Brexit, whether or not there's going to be lockdowns. They're also getting the vaccines. So there's a lot going on that can move this market. So just have to have patience, ride this until you can get to the end of it. And we should get some moves coming up. But when we get down here to where we were trading, you will see exactly what you might expect, which is you're just going to get a lot of back and forth. So if we turn our trades back on, and we'll see if that comes in here soon. There we go. You can see, of course, our anchors are moving around. So you can see some of the interaction points around our anchors as we were kind of moving in and out as we hit them. But the reality is between these two blue lines is where we're spending most of our time. So until we break out of that, there really just isn't a great expectation of making a whole lot here. We're just trying to keep from losing in this particular case. So hang on, and I think things will turn around for us very soon. So there's nothing more I have for today's update. Just hang in there. We look forward to seeing you at the next one, and wish you the best on your trading. God bless.